Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Marlon from Fishing Addicts Northwest. I'm out here with the guys from Team Dusky. This is Cameron Westfall. And one of the things I've been really talking to these guys about, and I know there's a lot of people that want to know how to do it, and it's sockeye fishing in the Columbia River, especially this lower Columbia. Because I don't know anyone other than you guys that's successful at catching these fish down here in the lower Columbia on a consistent basis that is really putting up numbers. And you know, this year we had a great sockeye run. It sounds like next year we'll have another good sockeye run. So if you could, you want to go over what you guys are using for your Columbia River sockeye setup?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right, so I know a lot of guys are using this same kind of setup for steelhead in the Columbia. If you want to kind of go over the basic setup, and then we can talk a little bit about what you're changing on the setup to target sockeye.
Okay, so from the beginning, we're starting with a 3-way swivel coming off your main line here. This has a 3-foot section of 30-pound monofilament that runs to another 3-way swivel, and then you do that once again with another 3-foot segment of 30-pound to another 3-way swivel. Now off of those, we have 3 different leaders, all 2 feet long, 20-pound monofilament. Very similar to our same steelhead setup. Now where it's different here is we downsize a little bit and we change colors. Now sockeye are a little bit more color sensitive in my opinion than steelhead. So we go into things like oranges, reds, pinks are great, and then reds and blues like this one down here. All of those different brighter color varieties that you wouldn't necessarily target steelhead with seem to work a little bit better for sockeye.
Okay.
As far as downsizing,
are you changing anything on your bait or anything, or are you just running the same bait as you would for steelhead?
On the bait, we're tending to choose our smaller coon shrimp out of the jar. You know, generally we'll kind of sort our coon shrimp as we're making them, and try and go to the smaller ones for our sockeye early in the season, save the bigger ones for steelhead a little bit later.
So coon shrimp's definitely going to be your primary bait?
Yes, without a doubt, coon shrimp, and as natural as you can get it on here. Now we're not putting on our coon shrimp with any stretchy string bands, anything like that. Just a simple egg loop and keeping it on there as natural as possible. Okay, cool. As far as the downsizing goes, we're still running the same size 6 spingless that we had run for steelhead, but we are going down to a size 1 hook. Okay. Helps that hook point get down into the throat of a soft-mouthed fish, really. So it helps, seems to help the hook up to land ratio.
Cool. Okay, so for these sockeye in the lower Columbia, what time of year do you typically target them? And then what are the depths and the ledges and kind of things that you're looking for when you're trying to find sockeye? Because I know I've tried it everywhere, and it seems like there's only like certain areas where you can consistently catch fish. So what are you kind of looking for when you're trying to find them?
Well, first of all, time of year. Generally, as soon as it opens on that June 16th opener, it's great. So from then to about the end of June is your peak period. As far as water column and spots to target, we're looking for areas with heavy current, shallow water, and some form of structure. By some form of structure, I mean either a point or a solid ledge that is helping to congregate those fish for us. When you have heavy current and a point, it creates a current seam that these fish will tend to run along. And if you can find a very good prominent point that has access to shallow water, heavy current like that, you can generally get yourself on a lot of sockeye. Okay, perfect, cool. Bill, if you want to come in here close, you can show these guys some different spinglers. So we use pinks and blues, and purples work well for sockeye. It seems to me like the pinks and the blues have done the best, so I'd kind of stick in that zone, but honestly it doesn't make that big a difference. What you're trying to do is find the line that those fish are running. That's the most important. So if you're fishing for 2, 3, 4 days and you're not getting any sockeye, move. Go find a different spot. Look for what he's looking for. Look for those shallow seams. And you said what, 10 to 20 feet, somewhere in that zone? 10 to 20 feet. If you get into some very, very hard current, you can find them, you know, in as close as 4 feet. Okay. But you know, the 10 to 20 is the best, I guess, general range to start with. Okay. And then move shallower or deeper if you need to, but that's generally where you're gonna find the concentration. Cool.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. This is Cameron from Team Dusky. You can find him on Facebook, Team Dusky. You can find them on Instagram, Team Dusky. They also have a YouTube, or they have a website. All of it you can find, just search Team Dusky. They got a lot of cool content. If you haven't checked us out, it's fishingaddictsnorthwest.com. Check us out on Facebook at Fishing Addicts Northwest, and we'll see you guys on the river.